opening space. People don't understand how vibrations and frequency impact us as human beings and how we fit within that. Yeah. So if someone said to you, do you know what I mean? Just ask yourself, what does it mean? Yeah. Fear is of a low frequency. Single thing that's composed of what we consider to be matter vibrates. Everything. Even if you slow down, make it as cold as possible, which is minus 273 centigrade, every single only 70-80% water, maybe 5-10% either way. So all of that vibrates. It's like two dumbbells in a center, and it's always do that. Okay. So when you speak, when I speak, that vibration changes. That vibration contains any information of what you're thinking. So whatever you're thinking, create water molecule. Let's just use that for a moment as the medium. It impacts it. So it's like a ripple. You whack something in the middle of a pond and the ripple spread. And it slows down, but impacts everything. We call life is really nothing more than a vibration. And this vibration, so if we had two pendulum clocks, and we swung one pendulum on this side, let that go, and the other one made sure that it was completely out of sync with that, and we let it go on this side. So they're completely out of sync. Give them a few minutes, maybe an hour, they will both become in sync. Resonance. Resonance. We will always resonate with that which is stronger. So if the vibration around you is stronger than yours, then it keeps pushing you until you start vibrating with it. Yeah. So in a collective, Sangat, a collective, what we're doing is we are trying to harmonize our vibration. That's what we're trying to do. Not because we want to try and fit anyone's vibration, but we want to cultivate collectively a vibration within us in which the mind is not too active, right? Because let's just use this as our catalyst for that vibration. So when the mind is not too active, the emotion. So what's the difference between a frequency and a vibration, right? So one way of understanding is a frequency can be measured. A vibration can be felt, right? Frequency can be measured. Vibration can be felt. Vibration is more to do with your heart, more to do with your emotional space. And your emotional space is dominated by this balance, right? So it's either an emotional space that takes you towards self-preservation, fear, or an emotional space that opens you up. When you feel under threat, when you feel scared, when you feel angry, when you feel anxious, you contract, you become. This is considered low vibration, not necessarily because vibration is low or the frequency is anywhere. It's the fact that you have contracted. When something expands, when the frequency is spread out, it affects everyone. Fear, anger, you will hold it together, to hold it within yourself to a level until it comes out. But fear, 9 times out of 10, it's yours. You hold it very tight. And that tightness allows this vibration to be impacted. So you become now more vulnerable. Why do you become vulnerable? Because we actually, when I say we're a vibration, we need to go a bit further to this. The entire universe, and I use this metaphor a lot, is an ocean. But what is this ocean made of? Is it water? And the answer is no. Is it air? It consists of. When you reduce the whole down, what can you say? This is what it's made. How do you know? Because when you go within yourself right to the absolute center of your space, and I hold something in front of you and They tell me what can you deduce from this. You tell me, oh, it's a this and that and the other. But what we can deduce is whatever you can perceive cannot be you, can it? Whatever you perceive, whatever you can look at, whatever can change cannot be you. Now, if that understanding becomes embedded within ourselves, space that we can identify within ourselves is this consciousness, this awareness in that field. So one, what is all made of? We can say consciousness. Two, what else made of? We can say it's made out of a vibration. It's something that is at the substratum, at the very base. It's like the rock of it, the very structure of it, the stuff that it's made of is nothing more than a vibration. And this vibration within the Christian world is called logos. In the Muslim world, it's called, I think it's koam. In the Sikh world, it's Oankar. In the Hindu world, it's Om. Every single tradition, when you ultimately reduce yourself down, you will find that you become a vibration, and that vibration can be heard, and that vibration goes something like Om, something like Oankar. So, through meditation, we create our this space. This space, we will recognize sooner or later that this space isn't necessarily something that's localized. It's not something that's contained. That when you totally go within yourself, when you totally go within your inner space, you will realize when you realize that there is no difference between the wave and the ocean, because you recognize the wateriness within yourself. At that moment, you will realize what consciousness means. Now, those people who have the knowledge, and you will notice most of us have been cut away from our wisdom traditions, so you don't have the knowledge. So those who have the knowledge understand how vibrations are used. Mantra is how we use a vibration to heal someone. It's a prescription, frequency medicine, vibration. So you keep repeating it, you keep repeating it, you keep repeating it. That vibration has its own information field. That information field goes throughout you. That transforms you. So you have mantras that can heal toothache. You have mantras that can get rid of poison. There are so many different mantras. These mantras have been tested. So those who understand vibrations understand that you can use a mantra to create healing, or you can create mantra to create illness. And this is what our media companies do. The language is fear-inducing. The language is of threat. The language is of fear. So the more we expose ourselves to this language, the more we resonate with that and we become it. It's not that you don't want to it, you become it. So as we expose ourselves to this, and many people will tell you this, you come from another country. The moment you land in a place like Britain, you will find the energy shifts. Totally. It becomes very enclosed. Go to places like India, goes to places like Nepal, places like that, Africa, different, completely different worldview. Different. May not have the same thing, but different energy. It's because of that resonance. So whatever we think, whatever we expose ourselves to, we become. As Buddha said, you are what you think. You are what you think. Now, what do we think about every day? Where has our story been today? And if we read the stuff around us, and if we allow it to penetrate us, no mental immunity. No mental immunity. So we don't make the decision what goes in, what goes out. No mental immunity. Because no one teaches you this stuff. That's why there's no mental immunity. Because there's no mental immunity, your emotions are all over the place, easily to manipulate. And that vibration will direct where you move. This is how important it is to realize a number of things out of this. One, what you expose yourself to. Two, that you are far more, far more, far more than you can imagine. But because we live in this cage, this self-preservation cage of identity, who I am, what I am, I need to be bigger than you, I need to be stronger than you. I. And that I has brought so much greed that no one's satisfied anymore. People can have more money than the entire population of this earth, and yet they're not satisfied. This is where this vibration has taken us today. And the reason we are walking blindly into that is because our wisdom traditions have been cut, all of us. So in this time where so much is going on, is a phenomenal opportunity to first disengage from the trauma, the self-created trauma, where hate is created amongst people you don't even bloody know. Do you think the politicians are going to go and fight for you? No, but your kids will. Ask yourself, is life just worth that? Because we are not allowed to question. Why? Resonance. So this communal meditation, doesn't matter where you do it, the reason Sangat is so important. Sang, befriending, Gat, the heart. Not the heart as in love and emotion, electromagnetic. That's what we befriend. That's what becomes one. And in that oneness, much can change. So if one person heals, it heals everyone, because we're sharing that resonance. Hence, cultivating meditation for yourself is important. But cultivating it in a group, you have benefits that you wouldn't even know you had. Why? Because someone else is at a different stage than you. They will be the dominant vibration which will allow you to resonate with them. Hence, we go and sit with masters. They don't say anything for 4 hours, 5 hours. They don't talk to you. We just sit there. Why? So we resonate with them. Why? Because their EM field is stronger than ours. And you can feel it. You can feel it with people. You can feel it with people's agenda, if this is open, if you know how to work with this. So as human beings, we are now being brought to a bit of a pinnacle. Things are starting to rattle now. And as we become a bit more tweaky, and as we become a little bit more freaked out, irritation, anger, stuff we've been talking about for the last 18 months. Irritation, anger, conflict, relationships. Things will change and are changing because we are being impacted by a much greater resonance, which is to do with like the cosmic planetary changes going on. So it's at different levels. That stuff is making the politicians a bit screwy. The politicians in the ego trips and the others behind it are doing their thing, which are making everyone else a bit screwy. But there is a much bigger influence that's being drained down. Those who have known a similar pattern have always told us these are the signs. This is what begins to happen. Yeah, whether you take the Mayans, whether you take the Indians, it doesn't matter what it is. There are individuals who have said, these are the changes. The sun begins to change. It goes from orange to yellow, then it'll go a bit white, and you'll notice it's white. Wasn't white 20 years ago. Certainly wasn't white when I was a child. It was orange, or maybe yellow. Now it's white, and it penetrates you. Soon it'll go a bit blue, because everything is shifting. Days become smaller, days become faster. You may have noticed, bloody hell, well, it seems like I've only had half a day or three quarters of a day, almost like a day misses. And this is what's going to challenge the next bit, the way we see the solar system. So let me just add this little bit before we do our meditation. The present moment contains so much that if we gave ourselves an opportunity to realize how insignificant we are and how significant we are in the wholeness of it all. Because our life has been not of our asking. I don't care who says what, that I chose this life. Now, no way. No way. From what life did you choose this? What? You were an ant, a cow, an angel? What? Fantasies. Our thoughts, our actions, and our words will create the little locks that determine where you go. Like today will determine what tomorrow happens. It's a process. So we, as human beings, are now in a very, very opportune moment to recognize, one, what we're all about, but more importantly, to stop living the way the world tells you and start living the way you know is the right way to live. And that's the shift in the frequency when we take control. And in order to take control, we have to be squeezed to realize you can take control. Otherwise, we'll just allow it to take place. So, uh, each human being, we are also being given an opportunity that as the flame gets closer, first we just look at the flame. Then we look at it and think, oh, it's going to be close. Then it gets really close. When it gets really close, we will react. And we are now in that space, in that close react. And how do we react? Disengage from all that which influence your mental immunity. Disengage from it. And you'll feel within a few days, life is not that bad. Otherwise, we will become trapped and entrained, resonate with that which does not serve you, me, or your health. Yeah? Does it make any sense? Yeah. All right, because it didn't make any sense to me. But yeah, so frequency, vibration, absolutely critical. Get your mantra ready. If there isn't one, maybe we can do another set of the mantra meditations. We'll start that off by next week. How we use a sound. Okay, so I will introduce something basic. You can find whatever mantra works for you, but there are some conditions to finding a mantra. First thing, you can't just make it up. Right? We've had people like, oh wow, just come up with a mantra, and then you get a headache when you use it, right? Because sound has a impact. So mantra has to have evidence. You need to know who's got it, where did it come from, what's its impact, what's the residual energy in it, and can we see the evidence of it working? Some mantras are not fit for our current space. So mantra like Om is a very high frequency mantra meditation. It's a mantra that can take you in very different places and open things that you can't really handle afterwards. So mantra like Om is dangerous. Mantra like Guru, very safe. Mantra like Alleluia, very good, very safe. Ave Maria, Allahu, Satnam, Soham, Om Mani Padmeham. That's different ones. So it's never Om, it's Om Mani, but you have to have other vibration to bring that down. So you don't use it on its own. So there is an art to using mantra or science behind mantra. So we'll introduce that over the next few weeks, if that's all right. Okay, shall we do a bit of meditation? Spoken enough, I think. All right. How do we give life reverence? Yeah. So one thing is how do we become present? The other is how do we give life reverence? So eyes are closed, mouth is closed, back is pulled up, shoulders are pulled back a little bit. Bring your focus to your chest and just notice if it feels tight, open. As you breathe in, bringing your focus to yourself as best as you can. And just begin to notice what's going on with you. Notice the kind of thoughts you're having. Notice your kind of emotional space. And then just a quick scan to notice if there's anything dominant in the body at this moment. A pain, an ache, a tightness, an itch. Okay. You're going to set your intention, and your intention is simply to sit and be present to your experience as best as you can. And the way you're going to do that is first notice the sensations within your body. So as you breathe in, bring your focus to your seat. And the reason we go to the seat is it allows us to ground ourselves, locate ourselves, and it's where our body and makes contact with whatever you are sitting on, creating sensations within us. So you begin to notice those sensations. From those sensations, if you breathe in, you bring your awareness up towards your hips. Notice your pelvis. Notice the sides of your hips. Notice the back. And as you breathe out, you allow this awareness to move down your thighs. Remember, you're scanning yourself. And as you move it down your thighs, you might notice that the thighs soften a bit. Coming to the knees. We move down our awareness down our calves, moving towards our ankles. And every time we find we're distracted, just come back to my voice. From your ankles, move down to your feet. Okay. Notice the toes. Notice the general structure of your foot. And then moving your awareness to the soles of your feet. See if, and can you sense the ground evenly on the sole of your foot? Bring your focus back to the seat you're on. As you breathe in, you bring your focus up your back, scanning the lower back, middle back, shoulder blades, and then coming to rest on your shoulders. Notice the sensations around your shoulders. Bring your focus now towards your neck. And if you pull your chin in ever so slightly, you'll notice the back of the neck stretches. Next breath out, bring this focus down your shoulders towards your elbows. From your elbows, we move down to your wrists. Notice the palms of your hands. Bringing your focus to your fingers. Allowing your awareness to sense as much as it can. Move your awareness now towards your eyes. Notice the darkness. Notice how it feels around your eyes. Just sensing around your eyes. See if you can sense behind your eyes. And then as you breathe out, allowing this part of the body to soften, and gently bringing your awareness now to your mouth. Notice the sensations within the mouth. Notice the roof of the mouth. Notice your tongue. See if you can soften it. And then as you breathe out, allowing your face to soften, relax. Next breath in, once again, becoming aware of your body as best as you can. And just sense yourself. Getting a sense of the body as best as you can. And as much of the body as possible. So you're not imagining yourself, you're being present to the sense of your body. Next breath in, bringing your focus now to your inner space. So it's quite a deliberate act. And as you bring your focus within yourself, just see if you can get a general feel. See if you can get a general feel. Moving your awareness now towards your thoughts. Are there any thoughts that are dominant there? Move your awareness now to the center of your chest as best as you can, holding it on the surface of your chest. And you begin to notice the movement of the chest in rhythm with your breath. Stay with your chest. Hold your focus at the chest. No judgment, no thoughts, no commentary. Simply holding your awareness as best as you can, watching the movement of your chest. And the movements may be very subtle. And then notice there are sensations that are associated with the movement of your chest. And again, these two are very subtle. See if you can notice them. And now moving your awareness a bit deeper into yourself, as though you're right in the center of your body. Hold your awareness, waiting to notice how you actually feel. Do you feel comfortable? Is this moment enough? Do you feel uncomfortable? Something is missing. Do you feel settled in the moment of now? Calm, peaceful? Do you feel anxious, worried, unsettled? Being transparent and honest with ourselves. Where am I right now? Next breath out, begin to listen to the sounds around you. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose. Allow your breath to breathe by itself. Notice it moves in, notice it moves out. Your commitment to hold your awareness just beneath your nose and to watch the in-breath from the start till the end. Watch the out-breath from the start till the end. Stay with your breath. Notice how the breath flows by itself. Stay with your breath. Simply watching the in-breath moving in, out-breath moving out. Becoming present to our experience of life. Stay with your breath. Allow the breath to breathe well. Follow your out breath all the way till the end. Notice when it finishes. Allowing each out breath to move you deeper into this moment. Simply by following your out breath, breath by breath, stay with your breath. Stay with your breath. Notice how you're breathing now. Begin to notice the quality of your breath. Notice the quality of your breath. Simply by watching our breath, we begin to disengage. The body begins to restore balance. Does your breath feel fast or does it feel slow? Bringing your focus to the sound of your breath. As best as you can, as attentive as you can be. Focused on the in-breath as it comes in, listening to whatever sound may or may not be there. And the same for the out-breath. Listening. And with that same intensity and attentiveness, opening your awareness, allowing all the sounds around you to come to you. Listening, including the sound of your breath. Allowing the sound of this bell to take you deeper into the silence. Continue to listen. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose, sitting with your breath. Sitting in silence, sitting with your breath. On your next breath out, expanding your awareness to include your body as best as you can. Notice the chair beneath you. Notice the sensations within your body. Allow your awareness to move down your thighs, moving past your ankles, towards your feet, all the way down your legs. Becoming aware, coming to the chair again, or the seat. Notice the body, the stillness. Notice the back, straight and upright. Shoulders, arms and hands are comfortable. Your eyes are still closed, your mouth is still closed, and your face is relaxed, coming back to your breath. And now, as the breath enters the body, you can sense your body. As the breath leaves the body, you can sense the body. Breathing in, you sense the body. Breathing out, you sense the body. When you hear the next bell, you slow, deep breaths in, and in your own good time, gently opening your eyes and coming back. Take your time and bring some of that peace back with you.